Bye-bye. Chapter 5 and the last chapter of Horrible Harry Goes to the Moon. The Moon Watch. October 24th finally came. It was time for our moon watch. It was dark, it was clear, it was cold, it was exciting. One by one we arrived on the playground at 6:30. My parents brought me. Mary brought a flashlight with a long handle. It looked like the kind that had 4 batteries. Ida and Song Lee came with Mr. and Mrs. Park. Dexter came with his teenage brother. Sydney was wearing a funny dresser winter cap. He was looking for the moon through his stepdad's binoculars, but it hadn't come up yet. There must have been 50 people if you counted baby sisters and baby brothers. Even Mr. Cardini came. One of the kids even had a little red telescope. While we were lining up by the big old museum telescope, Miss Mackle was busy focusing it. I looked around for Harry. He had said his grandmother was bringing him. "Where's the moon?" Mary complained. "I can't see it." "It'll be coming up soon behind that tree," Mr. Cardini said. "I saw it when I was driving over here. It looks like a huge pumpkin pie." "I think I see it," Sydney said. "There in the tree." Mary shined her flashlight on it. "That's not the moon," Mary groaned. "It's a kickball." Well, we were all standing in line to take a look through the telescope. Mr. Cardini started singing a song. He said it was called "I'm Being Followed by a Moon Shadow." It sounded kind of neat. "Where's the moon?" Sydney snapped. He was running all over the playground like a madman. The tentacles on his jester cap had bells on the end, and they were ringing like crazy. Dexter took out his plastic guitar and began strumming it. I love Elvis's song about the moon. It's called "When My Blue Moon Turns to Gold Again." Miss Mackle kept trying to focus the big telescope. Mary was singing her own song. "I'm first in line, I get to look first." It was annoying. Sydney threw his hands in the air. "Moon, where are you, moon? Come out or I'll..." Then suddenly it appeared over the oak tree. "The moon!" we all screamed. It did look like a huge pumpkin pie high in the sky. "The moon!" we screamed again. Just then, an old pickup truck with a bad muffler pulled up next to the school fence. I knew it was Harry. His grandmother got out with him. "Look at the moon!" everyone shouted. "Look at Harry!" I shouted back. Everyone turned. Harry was wearing a spacesuit. When he passed under the school porch light, we could see it was orange, just like John Glenn's spacesuit. He was even wearing a space helmet. Harry, everyone called as we raced over to him. "Why are you wearing that costume?" Mary asked. "This isn't a costume, it's my spacesuit." Mary took out her flashlight and shined it on Harry. How come it says Joe's Oil and Lube on the back?" Harry smiled. "Every space crew needs a good mechanic." Mary shined the flashlight on Harry's helmet. "That's the top of an old bubblegum machine. You poked 2 breathing holes in it, one for your nose and one for your mouth." "Out of my way," Harry said. "I'm about to make a lunar flight. I'm ready for takeoff." We watched Harry fly across the playground. He had his hands in front of him like Superman. He circled the playground once and then ran over to the telescope. The line wasn't there anymore. Everyone was watching Harry. He took off his helmet and set it on the ground. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. "Boo!" Harry said as he peered through the eyepiece of the telescope. "Ooh, neato! I'm walking over the craters. Yes, that dark spot is a sea. I bet it's the Sea of Serenity, where Neil Armstrong landed. I'm walking in the dark dust. I see the flag they left. Yes, I'm on the moon." Harry stepped aside and let Song Lee take a turn. As soon as she looked through the telescope, she oohed and awed. "I'm on the moon," she exclaimed. "It's so beautiful. It's so sandy looking. I'm walking on it just like Harry did." When I took a turn, I found myself saying the same thing. It seems so real. "Wow, I can touch that crater. I can see that sea. I'm walking on the dark dust. Are those Neil Armstrong's footprints? Hurry up, Sydney said. I want to see if I can find the golf ball. Harry put his helmet back on and soared across the playground. Every time he stopped and looked up at the moon, he leaped high in the air. To the moon, he shouted. Song Lee and I followed him around, leaping and jumping. Mary shook her head. Harry Spooger is a big wacko. Finally, it's my turn to look through the telescope. I think Harry did that whole space act just to butt in front of me. I was first in line. Harry got to look through the telescope first. Old Remainder himself. When Mary looked through the telescope, she finally stopped talking. Everyone else was running around the playground. Look, Harry said. There's mountains on the moon. I can't see anything, Mary complained as she kept looking through the eyepiece of the telescope. It's out of focus. Miss Mackerel came over and tried to help. I had it focused just a minute ago. This old telescope is very temperamental. Mr. Cardini chuckled. I don't think it matters anymore. Harry will take you to the moon. Please, Mary groaned. She wasn't buying it, but I did, and so did the rest of the kids. Harry made us feel like we were on the moon that night, and that's almost like being there. The end. That was your first chapter book. I hope you liked it. Bye.